President-elect Donald Trump has openly called for corruption, America First style, which is still corruption. On his platform,
Truth, essential.
the incoming 47th president promised that any company that will invest at least $1 billion into the U.S. would automatically receive all environmental approvals immediately. Let me give you the post here. Any person or company investing $1 billion, $1 billion or more in the United States of America will receive fully expedited approvals and permits, including, but in no way limited to, all environmental approvals. Get ready to rock. Ah, yes. It's nothing like pay-to-play corruption, America First style, which apparently means that you can treat America like a hotel room. Come on in, invest $1 billion, and then trash the place. No rules at all. But come on, Jeff. This is what he means by America First. He's going to get companies to invest again. It's going to be jobs. Okay. The only reason that they're not investing is because of all the onerous regulations. Really? Explain to me then why corporate profits are higher than they've ever been before. If regulations are choking business, right? Why are businesses doing better than they've ever been before? Look, total profits this quarter for American corporations, $3.8 trillion. Yes. Last year at this time, corporate profits were at nearly $3.6 trillion. They're actually doing way better this year and this quarter. And that's just profit, by the way. Now, wait, am I saying that the economy is great? Well, yes and no. See, I'm saying yes because it's great for corporations. The economy has never been better for these companies. That doesn't mean it's good for the workers, though. So that's kind of the problem here. Nobody really talks about that. Because here's the thing. Profit margins, those massive profit margins for these corporations actually drove, in 2023, 53% of inflation. Yeah. So these are companies saying, you know what? Our costs have not increased. Our costs have actually gone back down from where they were during the pandemic when costs were high. But you know what we did? We didn't. During the pandemic, we passed down our increased costs to the consumer, and then when our costs went back down, did we pass the savings to the consumer? Oh, hell no. No. Of course not. Why would we do that? That'd be stupid, right? No, we just continued to blame inflation. Thanks, Biden. While we raked in record profits. That's what happened. That's why the economy sucks for us, but it's great for Wall Street. Things are much more expensive now for the average person, and so as a result, we all have less money because it's all been going up to these corporate ghouls who are now swimming in cash. Okay, so then why am I against Donald Trump wanting the companies to reinvest in America? Well, I do want them to invest in America. I think they should be investing. I think they should be raising wages and offering better benefits packages, bringing back all those wonderful things, right? Pensions. But I want them to invest in America, and specifically its workers, but not at the expense of the same workers. See, that's kind of the problem here. I'm all for buy American, but this is an example of your classic supply side economic crap, where they give these companies tax cuts, deregulation, and then they do so in the hope that the profits some of it will trickle down to the workers. Now, the problem with that is that it never does. It doesn't trickle down, okay? It just doesn't. And so, and also, when something goes wrong because of all the deregulation, pipeline bursts, or massive amounts of people get sickened by tainted food, a warehouse explodes, all stuff that has happened Guess who pays to clean that up? We do. The taxpayer, the average person. Now, of course, these companies also pay taxes, but their tax burden continues to shrink lower and lower and lower, while the rest of our tax burden, again, the average people, actually gets higher and higher. We're shouldering more and more of the costs than we should. Now, here's the thing, though, right? So if you're a giant company, especially, you've been seeing your taxes, your share of the tax burden, your percentages go lower and lower and lower. And the trick here, though, is it doesn't affect small business the same way. Actual small businesses, they get screwed. They get screwed by the big ones. And the reason why is because they can't buy favors the same way that big ones can, because they don't have all that extra money to spend on lobbyists. And so what's funny is that politicians, they all talk about, small business, small business, small business. I support small business. Except that they really don't. They don't mean small when they say small business. Big companies have already purchased enough politicians that have changed rules. And they've changed the rules in such a way where big companies can call themselves small businesses, even though they're not, and then reap gigantic benefits. So that's kind of a problem, right? And it's part of the corruption that we don't really hear a lot about in our giant corporate controlled media. Oh, that's probably why. Yeah. Now, of course, there is the more blatant styles of corruption. Getting back to Trump here, for example, it's when he met with oil and gas executives at executives and lobbyists at a closed-door Mar-a-Lago fundraiser, and told them, "Hey, if you buy me, all right, then I will do whatever you want." Wait, what? Yes, it's true. Give me $1 billion, he said, for my campaign, and I will destroy all environmental regulations. That's it. Well, I'll scale them back, or I'll remove them completely. Yeah. And by the way, attendees included executives from ExxonMobil, EQT Corporation, and the American Petroleum Institute, which lobbies for the oil industry. And you know what? These companies, they delivered. Yeah. So now, that same event, by the way, was organized by oil billionaire Harold Hamm, who for years has helped shape Republican energy policy, which unsurprisingly just only benefits big oil. Shocker, right? Wow, an oil billionaire shaping Republican energy policy to be super pro-oil? Yeah, shocker. Now, Harold Hamm is a mega donor that financed North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum. Doug Burgum has been chosen by Trump to be the Interior Secretary. So, yeah. Basically, this is just a big neon sign saying, funnel your donations up here, okay? Because this guy, Doug Burgum, we bought him, okay? He's ours. He's our bitch. And he's going to approve all these things. He's not making these promises, blindly, right? No, he knows that, like, no, you give us $1 billion, or I should say you invest $1 billion. Maybe a lot of that's going to go into my, hotels or, my businesses, right? Invest that money, and we're going to give you everything you want. Great. And by the way, Burgum has the power under the National Environmental Policy Act, which says the federal government is required to conduct environmental reviews before approving energy production plans, infrastructure builds, and other projects. So what Burgum is going to do in that position is he's going to be the rubber stamp guy. And that's it. Yeah. Insert donation here, right? Or insert investment here, or bribe, whatever you want to call it. And then, we're going to rubber stamp your project, and there will be no rules. That's it. We're going to roll back regulations, and, poison the rivers, poison the air, poison the people, and do massive amounts of labor violation. We do not care. Have fun. This is your hotel room. Trash it. Go ahead. As long as we got our money. That's it. That's the plan here. Now, there is obviously people that are pushing back on this. Not that it's going to do any good, but still important to share. 314 Action, by the way, they try to get scientists into government positions running for office, which is nice. They wrote this, quote, "To tackle the climate crisis, Congress needs to pass and enforce bold, evidence-based legislation. However, Donald Trump doesn't believe that billionaires should have to follow the law. In his world, they can pay to play and bypass crucial environmental protections. That's why we'll always fight to elect scientists who will fight against his anti-science agenda and hold these bad actors accountable." Now, look, I like the idea of putting scientists in charge of science-based stuff. I know. Unfortunately, we are in the middle of this massive wave of anti-intellectualism on the right, where nobody trusts scientists anymore. So that sucks. Now, I do love putting scientists like in office, the idea, just as long as there's people with humanity that are in charge as well, to ensure that science is working in the best interests of people. Because we have seen instances in history where science wasn't actually serving people. It was, and it led to bad things. Think of the experimentation that the Nazis had done. But anyway, I don't bring that up to try to compare it at all. I'm just saying that, hey, as a general rule, okay? Now, that said, with the Trump government that is incoming, we're not only going to have a bunch of anti-science people, but also anti-humans, okay? People who are against any human who is not already fabulously wealthy and can afford their own climate bunker. So, unfortunately, these very, very wealthy people is who the government will end up serving. It'll be of the rich and for the rich. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.